Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Thought I'd show you how I prep a record for a record clock. I start with putting some Glad press and seal on the label. I've learned that if you just directly use painter's tape over it, when you take the painter's tape off after everything's resined, it peels the label up. So I like to protect the label and I like a clean back, so that's why I use the Glad. And now I'm putting my painter's tape on. I won't bore you with all of the details of how to tape the back of a record, so I'll just do a few and then I'll speed up the process. I typically just have music playing and put notes in my videos, so if you prefer a voiceover, let me know in the comments and I'll try to incorporate those in future videos. When I first started making YouTube videos, I was talking through them. But then I found I was having a hard time concentrating on the piece. I can't do two things at the same time. I can't talk and concentrate. Usually when I'm making art, I'm in the zone. I barely feel like I can record while I'm working. I just would rather get to it. So right now I'm sealing in the edges with a popsicle stick. Just kind of get that adhesive in the tape stuck so the paint doesn't get underneath and onto the record. And I'm going to trim down the sides now with some scissors. Okay, here we go. I'm using a PPG pillow. It's a Glidden product, and I think I get this at Home Depot. It was on sale months ago, and another artist was using it and had good success with it, so I bought like every can that they had. And I really like it. I usually decant it into smaller containers and let them sit out for a couple of days so it gets a bit thicker, and it's pretty close to the consistency that you see in Shelly Art's videos for her bloom technique. I'm laying down, that was Persian Rose from Amsterdam, and this is Dioxazine Purple from Golden, and basically making a faux split pillow. So I didn't lay as much white down as I normally would because I knew I was going to use a lot of this purple and pink. I'm going to make 3 puddles with different colors. And this palette came from a Facebook challenge that I had in the month of March and April. I had a bunch of colors all mixed up ready to use, and they'd been sitting around for months and I just needed to get them used. So I asked for help in making different palettes and I had 18 different responses, and this was one of them. That color was Agapanthus. It's from This Little Piggy, or TLP. You can buy those pigments at fluidart.co. And I'm laying down titanium white, which is in a pouring medium. And I'm just using a little bit slightly because that can tend to take over. This beautiful shimmery color is Twilight from TLP. It is so beautiful. I dropped a little bit of Twilight onto the pink pillow, so I'm going to try to erase that with my finger, but I think in doing that I'm going to pull up some of the white pillow underneath. Yeah, it didn't come out good, so I'm just going to cover it up with some more pink, and it seems to work out just fine. On top of the Twilight, I'm going to put down some more Dioxazine Purple. And then you'll see me use 2 cell activators. One is Permanent Blue Violet from Amsterdam, and also Titanium White from Amsterdam. I really like using a good quality paint like Amsterdam as a cell activator, but I've also used Winsor & Newton and Golden. I mix it with Australian Floetrol as part of the Shelly Art Bloom Technique cell activator recipe. And while I used to measure and do like a 3-to-1, I find depending on the color, sometimes you need to do a 4-to-1. So I don't really measure anymore. I usually just add enough Floetrol and lift the stick up so that when the cell activator runs off the stick, it starts bouncing back at 4 or 5 seconds. That middle bloom came out kind of wonky, so I'm going to add a little bit more cell activator, blow it out, and see if that helps. I really need to start practicing on my multi-blooms. I find that the middle one always gets squished somehow. So maybe the secret is doing the side ones and then the middle one last. I'll have to look at some other artists and see what they do and give it another try. I'm going in with my toothpick to just kind of define some of the outer edges and combine the outside blooms with the middle bloom. Just give it a little bit of detail and definition. I don't like a ton of squiggles, like willy-nilly squiggles all over the bloom. I like a true full bloom. Just maybe a little bit of detail around the edges is okay. That's just my preference. That's pretty much the creation of the bloom here, this multi-bloom. I'll spin it out, and you might see me stop the spin just to check to see if it's centered or if I need to move the paint up or down. But basically that's it. I hope you like the video, and please again let me know if you like me talking or you would rather just be entertained with music. Thanks for watching.